This episode is brought to you by, if you appreciate craftsmanship and doing things the right way, well, that's what Bardstown Bourbon is all about. They're not just making bourbon, they're pushing the standard forward. Smooth, bold, layered with flavor. Whether you're winding down after a long week or celebrating a big win, it just fits. Bardstown Bourbon. Modern flavor, timeless craftsmanship. Green River Whiskey is authentic Kentucky whiskey with no gimmicks and no shortcuts. It's just done right. Smooth, balanced, and refined over generations. Whether you're sitting around with friends or relaxing after a long day, raise a glass to a good conversation and even better company. Green River Whiskey. What up?
What up?
Thank God.
What?
You're wearing spirit wear from our sponsor.
Oh no! Let me put that on. Let me change that real quick.
I
have our travel.
I'm not. I can't see it. I thought that was.
No, it's our Travel's Dad's hoodie.
God damn it!
I'll take it off.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to because then it looks odd. But I mean, you know that you do realize that the stuff that we were sent is for us to wear around town. Like it's not.
Okay.
It's not, like, bro. You tell me something, okay? Like as a brand, like we're already in the shot of the podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so this is stuff to wear to games. This is stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, when you want to eat.
Yeah, or like the tumbler. Like you can use a tumbler on the podcast instead of your pink mug. You know what I mean? Like obviously that's why he sent you that. But anyways, you're opening it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was just like, I swear to God, we're gonna log on and he's gonna have all this shit on.
No.
He's gonna have like figured out a way to wear two hoodies at one time.
That's the shit I would do.
And the hat, and I was just.
Did you get the same thing I got?
Yeah, I got the same thing.
That corduroy hat's pretty sweet. I'm not even gonna
lie. Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
I'll never wear that. That corduroy hat's up on the shelf back here behind me. I'll never wear that. Ever. You
didn't like it?
Bro, no. No. I mean, I guess if I lived in Rhode Island or Vermont and I was gonna, go bird watching at the falls, I might wear it. But like, it's just not me. It's just not my style. It's not your style either. So stop trying to kiss their ass. So
no, I mean, I liked the way it looked. It was pretty sweet. I was like, damn.
but that's you. Like you geek out. You geek out on spirit wear and gear. Yeah. You geek out on that shit. So, but no, it was very well presented. I will give them that. It was very well presented. I didn't, it was very nice.
I gotta shoot him a text. I still haven't shot him a text yet and told him thank you.
Yeah, I probably should too. I will, but
I'll do it after the podcast.
Okay. Would you do that for us? Would you do that in just, little heart emoji? Yeah, in good spirit. Jason says thank you as well. So he already knows.
I'm gonna put the hard eyes.
The heart, yeah. Do the hard eyes, or no. Do the hearts that like around the thing, like big loving hug. You know what I mean? Because that's us. So I'm a hugger. You're a hugger too.
Yeah, I'm a hugger too.
Yeah, I'm a hugger too. I don't know where that started. I also noticed.
Did you get hugged a lot as a kid?
No. Not at all.
I wonder if that has something to do with it because I wasn't hugged a lot either.
I feel like
we're going to therapy.
I feel like we're going there. That pause in silence is going to drive everybody that's just listening absolutely batshit crazy. They're going to think they lost us.
Buddy,
I don't know.
Who's your buddy that says, I always pause like that?
Dr. Miller?
No. No, not Dr. Miller. You said you got a buddy that always texts you and tells you he hates when we pause like that because he thinks
Anthony.
he loses it. Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah, and we can't give Anthony a shout out right now. He's in the doghouse. So
Ooh.
yeah, I don't know. He's got not residential issues. Hey, by the way, folks, hold on. Should we start this thing?
No,
We
let's
should
just
probably
finish. Then we started.
No, let's start it right now. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? And okay. Welcome, everybody, to the Travel Dads podcast brought to you by Bardstown Bourbon and Green River Whiskey. I am your host, Jason Corley, alongside my amigo,
Jacob Moreno. Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Travel Dads Podcast.
Okay, so as we were saying, in that we were rudely interrupted by the opener of the show. Anthony's in the doghouse. And, folks, we're waiting on our really good friend Dominic Nuselli to join us. He was with me in the vehicle last night when we did not get pulled over for open containment. So everybody knows. But
Skylar.
Skylar was just like, please, for the love of God, tell me that you guys got nailed. And I was like, asshole.
No, you would have been paying that ticket.
Yeah, dude. But we're waiting for Dom. He's going to join us at 7:10. And knowing Dom, it'll be exactly 7:10 because he does things on time. So, but we were talking about some of our deep issues and childhood, and then it got roped into Anthony, my buddy Anthony Miller, who lives not far away from me, and I said he's in the doghouse, and I can't disclose the information that I have. I cannot reveal my sources, okay? But source says that oh boy's got some issues with the old lady, and old lady put his ass in the doghouse. So forgiveness.
Man.
You don't think so? You think every once in a while you gotta stand your ground?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta know when to hold them.
You gotta know. Well, apparently he held him, and he held him a little too long. And
he didn't fold
Mama
him,
left
huh?
his ass at the house and went to the game by herself. I don't have any sources to verify this information, but apparently, so his son Trace plays on Brooks's team, and for the Ohio Hit Dogs.
Jason,
Oswald
hold
team.
on.
What?
Am I recording on your side? Because I don't see a timer on my side. Oh, yep. Never mind. We're good. Sorry, I had to click on the screen. That's my bad.
That's okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, after last night's thing,
Yeah.
Which we can explain to everybody what happened.
So this
last night.
this must have updated because now I don't see the clock. I have to click on my screen for me to drop it down.
All right. I mean, there was an update.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the update was for the mobile side on your side, but for the studio there was an update too, because it happened last night, I think, sometime. But
Okay.
which might be why this thing dropped off in the middle of I-75 North. But anyways, Trace plays on Brooks's team, and they had late games on Sunday. Yesterday they had late games yesterday because of the weather was so bad. Saturday, a bunch of pool play games got canceled. In Columbus, so they had to make those up Saturday morning and push everything else for these little kids later in the day. Well, I guess oh boy. Now, you know what? We can talk about this because we do have the right of the First Amendment. So, I mean, we are allowed freedom of speech. So, I guess oh boy decided to mow the lawn with maybe a Bardstown or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 and finished it off with a Green River. And oh boy was not in the shape to drive 2 hours to Columbus, so he's in the doghouse. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad he chose Bardstown and Green River.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I just made that up so that I could name drop. You know what I mean? I just did that for, you know what I mean, to name drop. I have no idea. Knowing Anthony, probably not. But it might have been maybe it was a wiser choice if he would have went that instead of, the Miller Lite route that I guarantee he did go, or Bush Light. Actually, so he's a country boy, so he loves that Bush Light corn. You know what I mean? He likes that corn
Mm,
syrup. He likes to support the corn farmers
mm.
of Iowa. So he probably was Bush Light. He was probably about 18 Bush Lights deep, if I know Anthony, because he tailed off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like weaned down. And Anthony likes to do this. Anthony likes to start a renovation in the garage. Okay. He likes to start working on the brakes of his truck. And then he just kind of like leaves the tools lay next to the cart and he walks away. And then when he comes back, he rebuilds the engine. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Is it
so
ADD?
no, I don't know. No.
No.
And I like in so much, and the conversation that we're having right now, folks, is a conversation. It's called satire. It's called fun. And it's called
Everything's being made up as we
everything.
go.
Yeah, like we're trying to get a point across by going the long way around Narnia, right?
Yeah,
Is that a good way to put
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
that's about right.
Which goes into one of the topics that we have to bring up. We have to set the record straight because I was pulled aside this weekend by Adrian of SBA National Bolts, and I am here to set the record straight. Okay, there is no door to Narnia. Okay, there's one thing. There is no door to Narnia, kids,
But is
and
there a porta
also
potty?
there's no porta potty in Narnia. SBA has never, ever, ever, listen to me closely. Listen to me closely. SBA has never, ever recruited or, just recruited, right?
Recruited or had conversations?
Had conversations, or we don't know that. They're guaranteed there's a conversation behind a porta potty because a porta potty could have been 100 yards away, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
you're
didn't know
right.
that they were on
Yeah.
the back side of the porta potty, which would technically be behind the
Okay,
porta potty,
so
right?
yes,
I'm getting
recruiting.
myself out of this hole. I'm getting myself out of this hole.
Yeah,
So they would like us to set the record straight that at no time ever have they recruited a player to play in their organization behind a porta potty, as I stated earlier in our careers 20 episodes ago. So I just want to I want to he comes up to me. I got to tell you the story, and Dom's going to chime in here in a minute. So we only got about 30 seconds, but he comes up to me and we. So here's the situation too. I can't figure out if Adrian likes me or hates me. Like I cannot figure it out. I don't know if he likes me and respects me or if he despises me. I have no idea. I cannot read that man at all.
no, he is
Like
hard. He's very stove faced. Very.
JD, JD, love him. Love JD. Great dude. Spent a lot of time with him this weekend. He made a couple special efforts to pull Huddy off to the side and encourage Hud. Talk to me. Just he gets us. JD understands what we're doing and understands
Yeah.
that we're just bringing attention to our boys, all of them. And but I cannot figure Adrian out. So he comes up to me and I'm watching the boys play ZT National and he taps me on the shoulder and I turn around, it's Adrian. I'm like, oh shit, what? You know what I mean? And he's like,
He's
he goes,
he's
yeah. He goes, yeah. He goes, I'd really like to clear the air on some things that you've said about us on the podcast. And I'm thinking of immediately. And I've got sponsor of said show standing behind me with two other best friends, and their space is very. Oh, there's Dominic right now. Hold on, we're gonna tag him in.
You said 7:10. Perfect.
I did. Where's my? Oh, there's my cursor. All right, let's see if he can do this. So as Dom's figuring this out, I'll finish telling the story. So I'm standing there, and he taps me on the shoulder, Jacob, and he goes, I'd really like to clear the air on some things that you've said about us and me on the podcast. And I'm thinking to myself,
With said sponsor right behind.
I'm thinking to myself, out of the millions of things that I've said, you know what I mean? Like what could I possibly, oh, there he goes. So we just lost that. So Dom's gone now. So now we got black screen. Okay, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Yep. I
Yeah,
know.
that'll work. You don't have to work.
It's okay. Look at he's chewing his jaw. He doesn't like this. He doesn't like it when shit doesn't go the right way.
No,
So
not at all. And I'm running on 3 hours sleep.
I know, dude. I feel. I don't want to say hungover. I feel jet lagged.
Jet-lagged?
Don't you?
Yeah, it's part of it. That's the grind of this whole game.
Yeah, we
You know,
got
that's
back
the
last
parents.
night. Yep, we got back last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, like almost on the dot. And Dom carried Gino to bed. I carried Hud to bed, and we went to bed. And those two were gone when Hud and I got up this morning to leave to go home. Gino went to school, and Dom went to work. And I got a little bit of sleep, but I tell you, I didn't sleep at all last night because of that 5-hour energy. I took,
I get you. 5-hour energy and a ghost.
and I just laid. Well, he was like, I was like, I'll help drive, and he's like, okay, you can drive the last leg. You know what I mean? Well, and here's the best part is because I gotta tell a story because I told Lindsay the story and she about came unglued. So, Dominic has a newer, let's just say a newer vehicle than what I have. Let's keeping it fair. Let's keeping it nice. And he has got an option on his vehicle to autopilot said vehicle. And we're doing this in the dark, and he's showing me on the steering wheel where the buttons are at, whatever. And he said that I'm the first person in 29,000 miles of this new vehicle to ever drive while he's in the vehicle. So he's always driven. He's never rode dick in the passenger seat.
He's never been a passenger princess.
Never rode
He's
bitch.
never been a passenger princess. So he really, I think the anxiety was too much. And so finally he looked over and he goes, "You good? I'm going to shut my eyes for just a few minutes." He's like, I'll drive again in about an hour. 3 hours later, he was out, and I think I touched the steering wheel 3 times in that 3 hours. I was just watching a movie. I had the green light on the steering wheel, and and the thing was that he left me, which I think is bullshit. He could have let me drive back when we were on the flat, but he gave me the driving section that had all the lights, had all the stoplights, and had all the cones. So it was horseshit. So I was hypnotized by the time we got back to his house in West Virginia. So
You got to drive the mountains too.
I did. I got to drive the mountains, which doesn't allow you to use any of that autopilot. So because it just freaks you out, even though it probably would do it better than you would. You know what I mean? It also just freaks you out. It
works well.
You're sitting there watching, and you're like your hands are at 10 and 2, literally waiting to grab it like it's a.
You're hovering it the whole time.
Yeah, like it's a whack-a-mole or something, and you're ready to smack it. But listen, Dom, we're just kind of recapping the weekend, and I know we don't want to keep you on long because I know you are toast mentally and physically. But we just wanted to kind of go over the weekend, and we can get back to our Adrian story in a little bit after Dom signs off. But good weekend for the boys. I mean, Dom, just give us your weekend before Jacob tells us about Toribio. Tell us how you took the weekend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first off, going south is just different. I mean, I think everybody that's involved with any level of baseball knows that as soon as you go, to the Carolinas and south, Tennessee, that whole area south, it's just different. It must be that sunshine.
Yeah.
Just like you guys talked about. I mean, just the quality of baseball is another level. Plus, the teams at this tournament were, I mean, it was lit. That's probably that'll be our third toughest tournament of the year. And to come away with a 4th place finish out of 33 teams, I mean, that's obviously you want to go there and win, but, expectations are real with us because we roll with our guys. So, I mean, it's
not many teams do
in my
that.
opinion, there's not very many. It's
no. Do you think
it's crazy how it all?
Do you guys think that we're ever going to get guardrails on that? Like, do you think that we're like, how do we get some guardrails on this, on this in any way, shape, or form? Because we have been talking about rankings, and I want to bring that up here in a minute. We have been talking about rankings since we started this podcast, Jacob, since we've been on tailgate in Myrtle Beach, and even just the picking up players to finish higher at a tournament to affect your rankings that aren't your kids. I like this. Like so many things are impacted by the pickup of kids. You know what I mean? Because it is
Yeah.
affecting rankings, and rankings are affecting pool play.
I guess the only thing you could really say about that is as soon as you give it a set date, let's say the big first tournament in March in Houston, you lock that
Yeah.
roster in. Whatever team you're on, you lock it. You can't drop unless you quit the team, and then you got to go to the coach that has to go to the director to drop you.
Like put in a request and
Yeah,
give an explanation of why.
yeah, yeah. Like, hey, things didn't pan out. He left. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do. Because I know in slow pitch softball they do the same thing too. You get to a certain point of the season, and they freeze your roster.
Yeah.
And
I
technically,
mean,
once it's frozen in slow pitch softball, once it's frozen, you can't leave
like, why don't you think we have done that, Dom? Why don't you think we've done like? Why don't you think they have
because it's money,
adopted
man.
anything like that?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I don't really know the reason why. I don't think it'd be a very hard fix. I mean, just like Jacob said, I mean, I think if you are made to be put on a roster, that's what it is. I mean, it doesn't matter like a kid like, oh, I want to pick up this weekend because my team's not playing well.
Right.
Talk to your organization and figure it out beforehand. And it is what it is. I mean, go play somewhere that plays a lot of games.
Yeah.
If not, then that's what you're dealt. TBS, I think you guys have talked about this in Myrtle, the TBS national championships.
Hmm.
They made you play so many games. We went there with our West Virginia team at 10U, and you had to have so many, I think it was 20 games with your team before you could play in that tournament. Um, Now, I don't know how well they policed it. I wasn't as familiar with the whole travel scene as I am now.
Yeah.
But that concept is kind of going down that path of trying to get a grasp on tackling that because it's crazy. Like for our team, hey, by the way, our name is finally changed.
I saw that. I saw that today. I
Yep.
told Jacob
Yeah.
I saw that. It's back to what it should be. So somebody got a hold of him.
Scott told me down there that he did. He told me on
Okay.
when we got to East Cobb that the name was fixed and it'll be changed. And sure shit, it's changed.
I wonder if that was the
Um,
conversation that they were having at the railing then, if that's what that was
well,
about.
we talked about this last night driving back.
Yeah.
That not only did it does it make us look bad,
Yeah.
it also affected SBA.
Yes, it did.
You know,
Yes,
having to
it did.
play us. I mean,
Yes.
we're a gritty little baseball team that's well coached, and that's what happens when you put two really good teams together. They're going to have a dogfight, and you're not going to get what you want at the end as a tournament.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
because
Jacob.
now you got to use. I mean, pool play. Everybody knows you don't try to use your big arms. You know what I
Right.
mean? Unless you really, really have to. And with you guys being with SBA, I felt like you guys had to resort that first pool play game to use some of your bigger arms that you use late on Sunday.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah. And it's all
it's not set up for us like a team like us. It's really really hard
yeah.
um, for us to run a gauntlet like that.
Yeah, and also it's in those tournaments, the name of the game is run differential. So SBA, they had to take a lower seeding going into the gold bracket because they dog fought us in the
Wrong.
first
I
day.
think it's runs against for
That's what I
PG.
meant. That's what I meant. Runs against,
Mhm.
and they gave up runs against us, which they normally probably wouldn't give up any runs against the other, against a bunch of AAA teams that other teams got to play in day one that were playing up in that tournament. You know what I mean? So it really
Yeah.
did. I mean, it really did affect them, probably more than it affected us. And that just goes back to what do you think? What do you guys think? Like, in all honesty, like, what do you think the reason was that got overlooked? Do you think just lack of communication between national PG and regional PG?
It could have
Uh,
been. Or just the points that you guys didn't have going off the name that you guys were under. I
But we
mean,
would have
because
had
all
0 points anyways. Then, if we
exactly.
would have, okay,
So I mean, even if you would have went under the national team at 0 points, you still may have been in that pull, but
Yeah.
with the name brings up the recent or like the past year and shows that you guys are a good team.
Yeah.
So which
Yeah.
helps out. Okay, let's not put them with SBA. Let's move them to this one, and let's get all these guys together in bracket play.
Which is exactly what Coach Beam was talking about and bitching about in the interview with him. He's like, you play trash, and then all of a sudden, everybody comes together for the last day, and you get one game, and you go home. So,
But I look at that differently. So I think that especially in the
Good.
South, all those teams that are signed up to play in majors, they want the competition. That's what
Yes.
makes you better, in my opinion.
Yes.
Every single one of these tournaments, there's a AAA division. There's a AA division in some of them. Those teams could easily go play in that and try to go win a $2 ring, and probably a lot of those teams would win them. But they choose to play the better team because it's making their kids better. It's no different than us of why we want to go south. It's not to win.
Yeah.
It's to play the best caliber competition that we can possibly play at our age.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you even get some of them AAA teams down south that are very good. In your head, you're like, why aren't you playing major?
Yeah.
They would run through a AAA tournament.
I was thinking about this driving home from your house, Dom, today. I was thinking, man, how much this podcast has influenced some of my thinking and maybe not even influenced, but has stirred me to reconsider things and stances that I've had on things in the past. And one of those things early in our podcast days, we had a complete podcast about rankings, remember? And we were just absolutely destroying these organizations for the rankings. Like, they don't matter. And we've had guests on here that have screamed, none of this matters. None of it matters here. None of it matters there. You hear ex-pros constantly breathing down our throats that it's a waste of time and none of this shit matter. The Carr brothers have a podcast where they spend half of their time trashing travel ball, in saying that these rankings don't matter. You know what I realized today driving home from your house? The fuck if they don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Like, I am 1,000, like I am. And I think parents out there listening, I think it's okay. I think it's okay for it to matter to you. I really honestly do, because you know what? It affected our trip down, and it affected the emotional state in which the boys played that game against SBA. If SBA wasn't ranked the number 2 team country in the world, or number 2 ranked team in the world, in the country, there wouldn't have been such an emphasis and such there wouldn't have been such a emphasis on the win. There wouldn't have been such an emphasis on the tension and the pressure that was at that facility for that game if they weren't the number 2 team in the country. You know what I mean?
You guys finally got
it
over.
has mattered. And I think it's okay. Because here, wait a minute. As soon as we were done, we got bumped up in the rankings, and it meant everything in the world to us because it validated the hard work.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, at every age group, SBA is, I mean, they're there. They're an elite organization.
They're one of the standards. Yeah, they're one of the standards.
Yeah. And it's, that's what you want to beat. I mean, you go and beat those type of teams, and it solidifies, just like you said, all the work you do. And that's the love of the game right there, boys. That's the name of it, man. Baseball's a grind.
Yeah. And that game was incredible, and that game was a grind. And we want to give a couple shout outs. Before Dom leaves, we want to talk a little bit about that SBA game. We got matched up with them in day 1, which was Saturday, and we beat the first team, and then we played them in the second game on Saturday afternoon. And we almost had them then. Boys played great. Who did we throw in that game? I don't even remember. We threw Tucker, didn't we? Or we throw Jonah?
Tucker started. Tucker started, and then Jonah came in, and then Robbie finished it. And Yeah, man, we had him on the ropes there.
Yeah,
Tough stuff.
yeah.
Do you
And
think?
then go ahead.
Do you think that second game, the first game you guys played SBA, the boys learned a little something for the second game?
Well, they knew. The biggest thing I
Yeah,
take away from it, Jacob, is they had to throw. I think it was 4 dudes at us, all of them pretty elite arms, and we hit them, and that's a big deal.
yeah,
And
Yeah,
then I
when you
don't
hit
think
elite
anything.
arms,
No,
it's when you hit elite
mm-hmm,
yeah.
arms, you should be winning games. I mean, and you
And
guys hit
talking
them
about
pretty well.
Yeah, and
mm-hmm.
talking about elite arms, you brought this up on the car ride last night. Which, folks, just so you guys know, we recorded an hour and 4 minute podcast in the car last night and never recorded it. It's the most
It was
ridiculous shit,
awesome too.
dude.
It
It
was
was
a good
12-year
awesome.
one.
olds ripping nasty
Yeah,
ass,
they were. Yeah,
sticking
the
up my
boys were in the
freaking
back seat.
ride.
They were eating Takis,
Ugh.
and the Takis were coming through the podcast. Literally, you
Ugh.
could smell the Takis through the podcast from
Look,
the
Dad
boys.
can still smell it.
Yeah, and
That's what
yeah,
me and Jay
Dom's
said. It
driving.
burn her nose.
Yeah,
Dude,
and I literally had to use the passenger seat makeup mirror flipped up and open as light on the pod so that you guys could see. And for whatever reason, we figured out that when you're driving and the star or the modem in the vehicle goes from one tower to the next tower, it drops the signal for a split second or whatever, and in that split second, it kills the recording. So
recording.
I had a full podcast of just Dominic and I having a full podcast with Jacob without Jacob. So it was incredible. It was
It made the
incredible.
drive go faster.
Bro, yeah, the boys were starving. And I told Dom, I'm like, dude, you could have pulled over. I'd have done this in the parking lot. He just kept driving because we just kept talking. And meanwhile, the boys were starving to death in the back, waiting for him to pull over to get some Burger King. So,
Yeah.
Boys were falling asleep. Like, come
They
on,
were.
guys, we're hungry.
Dom, how warm was it in that back seat?
Oh my God. At 85,
Yeah, they had
they
the
didn't
heat
want to leave
crank.
the South. It snowed here today in West Virginia.
It snowed
Bro,
yesterday here.
it was
Brantley and them
snowing when
played
we
in snow.
It was snowing when we
That's
left your house. Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of which, hey, Dominic, by the way, when I left your house, I stopped at Hardee's to get Hardee's, cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon.
Well,
Mhm.
I remembered I learned my lesson from when we went through, in the line of the drive-through line. So I just went in, you know what I mean? I said I need 2 cinnamon rolls and one of those Coca Mocha Freeze coffees. Okay.
The milkshake.
The milkshake. Okay. The cinnamon rolls come out, and the poor girl, yeah, she looks at me and she's just like, "Is that hot or cold?" And I was like, "I think it's cold. It's a milkshake." Okay. And they're not a well-oiled machine inside. And I advise anybody that goes through Elkins, West Virginia, you just stay in the drive-through lane. You don't want to go. You don't want to see inside of there. But when you go back next week, you can say, "Hey, remember the milkshake that you owed the guy and he walked out and said y'all can keep the milkshake. I got to get on the road. You can have that one on behalf of me because they owe me a milkshake."
Oh,
Bro,
that's how long it
knew,
took.
Nobody knew how to make one. Nobody knew how to work the
That
machine.
surprised me.
Yeah. And then so when I was walking out, I was fired up. When I was walking out, the manager was off to the backside smoking a Marlboro, and I looked at her and I go, "Are you the one that makes the milkshakes?" And she goes, "Yes, sir." I go, "Well, you owe me one." And I got in my car and left.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a way to
yeah.
start a morning.
Well, yeah, and I did not let them know that I was affiliated with you, so I think you're safe. But no, we had a good time, man. The second game was absolutely intense with SBA. The boys played incredible. Couple shout outs we want to give. First and foremost, I'm going to give a shout out. First, going back to the first game, shout out to Cooper Thiessen. Okay, Jacob. Not only did he hit an absolutely beautiful home run, and I'm talking like the natural, like moonshot light tower kind of thing, which we have another light tower one, but beautiful home run. He also had an incredible piss missile throw from right field to throw Huddy out, checking up from third on a fly ball to home. Literally
Deep
threw him
fly
out
ball.
at the plate. Deep fly ball. And Hud said that the catcher was blocking the plate, which is why he didn't slide, because it probably would have died. Because that kid
It
was
would have.
huge.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. But shout out to Cooper. And I think, Dom, I think you have something you wanted to say about Cooper. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I mean, that was a pill he threw there, man. One hop, perfect. I was an
No,
outfielder
but
growing up, and there's nothing better. I'll get to those. I found them, by
okay.
the way. Um, you couldn't. You.
Yeah.
That's how
Oh, I
you
know what
throw
he's
somebody
talking
out.
about.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a
you know,
it was a long hop, right? It was a long hop.
one hop right into the catcher's. I mean, he didn't have to move his glove. It's as good
No.
as you get.
Yeah.
Um, Homeboy had some fly Jordan 11s on. I found them though, and he told me, he said, I think they're football cleats, and they are. They're new. They just came out. They're all black Jordan 11s, and they're football cleats. I mean, they don't look any different than the baseball cleats, but they're sweet.
Yeah.
That's what.
I don't like them. I mean, whoa. I love Cooper and I love Greg. I don't like the cleats. I don't know how you guys wear them. They look like moon boots. I said this last night. They look like the kids are running around bases on with moon boots on. And if nobody knows what moon boots on, just go back to the 80s and Google moon boots from the 80s and it'll show you. I don't know how kids run in these things. They look like they're just clog hoppers. But yeah, I mean, you guys are shoe guys and you guys appreciate it. And you guys had this whole long conversation about Jordan 11s. So
Yeah,
'Cause
Brantley got
has the
stick
Columbia
customs.
whites, and then I sent him in to get custom, and he loves them, man. He said, "Dad, those are comfortable."
well, of
Heck
course,
yeah.
bro. All kids say that they're comfortable just because they don't want you to take them away. We gave Brooks the USA Prime gloves today from you, Dom, and they're 4 sizes too big, and he puts them on because they're youth extra large, and he's 8 years old, and he's like, they fit perfect, and their fingers are flopping over to the side. He's not giving those bitches back. He's not giving them back. So
That's
he
awesome.
knows he knows that they're custom, and he knows that they came from you. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
but. Shout out to Cooper. Shout out to I want to shout out right now, and you guys don't even know that I'm going to do this. Number 41 Mason from SBA. His number is 41, and HUD
Is it
knows
Mason
him.
B?
No, it's Mason. He plays for JSM X.
Oh,
SBA.
okay, yeah.
Is that Xavier's son?
Oh, I don't know.
Is
Hold on.
Mason? I don't know. I'm just wondering. But he plays for JSM. So he played against the boys in Florida. Okay. But number 41. All right. So Dom, after the little, we're going to call it a misunderstanding. And listen, I was really, really tempted to have a bigger conversation about this today. And
No
then
need.
I started thinking, I'm not giving it any gasoline or light. This needs to die and it needs to go away because it was, I will say this, I was very disappointed in the adults. Let's just put it that way. Very disappointed in the
Yeah.
adults. So,
You know,
and we'll just
the bigger
go ahead.
takeaway is all those kids are good kids. I mean, their whole team's good dudes. Like after the game, I think it might have been. I know Gino's out there. I think Huddy might have been there, and they were talking.
I have video
to
of
each
it.
other.
I have video of it. You're talking about what I wanted to talk about. That 41 spent another 5 minutes hugging on half of our team.
Yeah,
Hugging on half of our
they're all.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gino, HUD, and Ethan were all standing like right in front of home. I literally, so I have all of that footage, like I have it all, and I
Yeah.
could see everything perfectly. And it was very. I want to give a shout out to SBA, and I want to give a shout out to our boys. While the adults were having a disagreement down in the left hand corner of the frame, the kids were A, watching, number one, and B, most of them had their arms around each other, dabbing each other up. Like it was incredible to see, and to watch it on video was even more incredible. It made me so proud of Gino. It made me so proud of Huddy. It made me so proud of other kids. And that number 41 Mason, who's HUD said, he goes, "Oh, Dad." Well, they were saying last night in the car. They were trying to explain to me and you in the car. They were like, "He's so nice. He's such a good kid." Cooper was through there. There was a handful of them that were just absolutely. It doesn't. This game is so much bigger to them than it is to the parents.
And it was intense. You know, you had
Yeah.
Whenever there's good teams going at it like that, that's the beauty of sports, the competition. It doesn't need to escalate or anything like in anything more. You can bark back and forth as long as you're not cussing each other and doing stupid stuff. I mean, it was
Yeah.
awesome. Umola was jacked up on the mound, a kid that SVA
Yeah.
picked up. That's a lead arm. Another guy that's, mid to upper 70s
Yeah.
that we
That's the
got.
son. That's the son of the JSM coach, dude.
So the Mason kid is Hispanic, like Latin.
Yes.
Mason de la
Yeah,
Cruz.
was it Mason De La Cruz?
I don't know. The kid that I'm
Hey,
talking
bud.
about is from Pennsylvania.
He's
Okay,
from
never
where?
mind. He's outside. He's outside.
He's from PA. Aiden Umola. He's the one that came in and closed the
Oh,
first
okay.
game against it, and then he pitched the last few innings of the second game.
Okay. All right. That's not who I'm thinking of. I'm just wondering if the Mason kid, because HUD said Mason plays for the JSM SBAX team that we played against in Florida. And then he said one of the other kids that was on SBA that weekend was also filling in for them. So I don't know. Like, we can't keep them straight. That's the that's
It was a
the kicker
wild
of this
game.
whole. It was a
We
wild
talked
game.
about it last night. The outfield being an issue. You had our boys make a few mistakes in the outfield because of the warning track the way it was. You had a Team USA kid, and Nolan Hatch is as good outfielder as there is, has a ton of reps in outfield, make a mistake because of that warning track.
Yeah.
And then, we had a boy on our team that I know you're going to give a shout out to that just
No, go ahead.
brought out the
Go ahead.
dog in him.
Go ahead. Tell him about tell him what he did. Tell him
Jimmy
what he did.
3-0, just
Jimmy 3-0.
freaking
Yep.
did his thing. He's a tough little sucker, that kid is.
Yeah.
Up against the fence, it might have went out if he didn't catch that ball. It was so close.
Yeah, that would have been a walk. That would have been a walk off, right?
It had tied it up, I think, at that point. I think there was one on. No,
Okay.
maybe it would have walked off. I can't remember.
I thought I can't remember because there were so many hit to the fence, and out of both teams, I think 4 of them dropped right at the fence between the two teams throughout the game, and then he catches that one at the fence, and that saves the inning, and then he comes into bat and hits a double that puts us up by 1.
Well, that was the inning before that he hit the double to put us up. Yeah, I mean, that was a great to put us up 1, and then he made that catch, and then the diving play at the end of the game
which we shared. If you guys haven't seen it, you can go to my Instagram page. No, I didn't share it on Instagram. I just shared it. It was shared on our on the Facebook
team
page. Okay, I'll share it. I'll share it on the podcast. I'll put it on this podcast. Is exactly what I'm doing as we're sitting here talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll let everybody watch it because Jimmy was just clutch. I mean, that kid has been with us now for 3 years, and I remember, when we were 9, he was playing up with Stout's team, and when we found out that we were getting Jimmy to come down after Jace Martin left the team to go, back home. It's just our ball club's been a different. He's just a guy. He's a football player, and you'd think, but kid's just tough as nails, man. Kid's just tough as nails. Incredible family. Shout out Sal. Shout out Nicole, Olivia. So all of them. It was a good game. That ended the game, and we went over to we went from there over to East Cobb. We got the winner of the Aviators versus the
ninth inning
Nationals or something.
Fernandez,
something like that. And and we played the Aviators. And we did not play the Aviators. We showed up. We walked onto the field. We showed up. We walked onto the field, and then we proceeded to leave. So but how do you manage that high that the boys were on, and then to try to go? That's something we got to try to figure out going forward.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
How do you manage? What I'm going to say here is probably going to stir the pot, but a team like you guys, how do you manage playing a team like that isn't their normal team?
It's valid.
We don't manage it. We just know going in.
But what I'm saying is you just played a great team, you beat a great team, then you go up and then you see this, and then you see what their roster looks like, and I mean, do you guys just laugh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what you want. Go. I mean, that's what I
Yeah.
want. Go
No, I
compete.
get
And,
that, but I mean, next week it won't
oh
be
yeah,
that.
No, but Dom, what he's saying is
there'll be some of it.
wouldn't you have rather played the Aviators as the Aviators instead of the Aviators slash? Like,
Oh
wouldn't you rather play
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I look as a, if I'm that team, just like us, if we were to pick up those kids and do the exact same thing to them, it's like, you know, I mean, how much shit can you really talk if it's not your normal crew and you got kids that are, just pick up, or
Yeah.
I mean, I just that goes back to the whole
That's a
thing
tough
of
situation. It's like we
start.
started it with the roster, talking about the roster thing.
Yeah.
But you know what, man?
Because
Yeah,
Kudos to you guys because I mean, you guys went down there with 10 guys. Was it 10 or 11?
Yep. Yep.
And they're
11.
your
We took
11.
dudes.
11. We had a new kid this weekend that's from the Cleveland area, Cleveland Akron area. He will be going to school with Robinette at Walsh Jesuit. Um, he will be the one. So I was correct. There is a requirement of at least 11 for Cooperstown roster. And we don't have 11 kids on our roster. We have only ever had 10. And so we had to find one. And so we picked up, I don't know. We didn't pick him up. When was the first time Brantley saw Derek working out in Michigan at the
Oh,
facility?
this
How long
winter.
ago?
This
Okay,
winter.
so this winter is when we started communicating and found this kid that plays for the Cleveland Rockets. Okay, and Scott saw something in him that he really liked, and he invited him to come along with us to Cooperstown, sight unseen. We needed 11, sight unseen, and so I guess then Scott then reached out and said, well, would you like to come and play maybe in a couple tournaments and, maybe learn the boys' names before we go to Cooperstown and spend a week together in a bunker. And they went down this weekend. And I talked to Scott today on my way home. He asked me my feelings towards it or what I thought the vibe was. And I said, I think it was overwhelming support. I think it was overwhelming. Great family. They seem like they fit right in. The boys seem like they welcomed him with open arms, and he fit right in. His first at bat, he cranked one out 300 foot. So clearly he was comfortable, Derek. But I said raw talent. Don't you think, Dom?
yeah. I mean, if he, we all know because we've been around it, and Scott's pretty good at what he does. I mean, a year in the system, and he's a changed player, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you guys go
Um,
from a bump on the road to a smooth log.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
1,000%. And it's just going to, elevate the kid, and that's the most important thing. I mean, that's what you want. I think as a parent is you want your kid around somebody that's going to make them way better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we do that.
And I feel like we have been, Jacob, you know this. I feel like we have been 4 years waiting for that one big pickup. You know what I mean? Like we've been waiting for that one true gem that we found, that we didn't steal from somebody else, but that we found. And like you said, he started working over the winter. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's our turn. I feel like we're due. Like our team is due a stud that just comes in and we get to, you know what I mean? Because we're always watching everybody else cherry pick. We've talked about this. Cherry pick here, cherry
Yeah.
pick there, and jersey swap with buddies here and jersey swap with buddies there. And while we're standing over on the side with our 10 dudes that we go to battle with all the time, I feel like it's our turn. Like we finally get to find this needle in a haystack of a kid that Scott has the ability to mold exactly into the ball player that he could be. That's what I feel like. And so I hope that they enjoyed it. And, I hope that he comes on full time is what I hope. Cause I liked him. So yeah, but that's just my opinion. I'm just one parent out of 10.
Yeah,
So
we definitely great kid, great bat. We definitely
Mhm.
need him to work on being on the bump. Like you gotta have dudes that can pitch and play and everything. And obviously we need arms as
yeah,
we witnessed. That's just
Yeah,
is what it
yeah.
is.
but I feel like that's been the name of the game now for 3 years, and just my opinion, aren't progressing at that. You know what I
What do you
mean?
mean?
Yeah.
It's like
No.
with more arms, bigger arms. Like, I mean, you can't go to a tournament only with one or two guys, three guys that are 72, 73, 74 plus when you're going against teams that have that just alone sitting in their on their bench.
Yeah.
Like, it's no
Yeah.
fair to you guys. It's no, you know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah, it's tough.
it has to be a point this offseason to go and get two, maybe even
Two
three more
arms.
big arms. You know, big arms, not guys that can pitch. You want guys that are gonna compete with the guys that you're facing. The guys that you can throw an 80 guy and they're gonna throw an 80 guy. And guess what? Now we're gonna have a 1-0 game, a 2-1 game. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
You're a
I mean,
thousand
because
percent right.
you guys work hard. You guys work hard and do a lot of travel to not have that and be able to go down there and compete.
But do you think that we have to go get it, or do you think that it should
Yeah.
naturally come to us?
No, no,
No,
because
you're probably
everybody goes and gets it. Everybody's going and getting it.
Because I
I mean,
asked
yeah.
Adrian.
because
I asked Adrian.
if you're waiting for it,
Hmm.
somebody else is going to scoop them
you're
up.
probably so far down on the list that it's not even going to drop to you.
I asked Adrian that question standing at the fence from SBA. I said, can you clear the air then for me on something that I think a lot of people wonder? Like, and that is how much of the percentage is it 50-50? Is it 75-20? What is it that that you're out recruiting people, or people are recruiting themselves to you, that they're shopping themselves to you? I said, what is it? I said, how much are you going out and trying to, pick up players from other teams to join yours to create the powerhouse, or how much are these players coming and knock on your door and handing them your resume? And he said it's pretty 50-50. He said it's pretty 50-50. He said it's split pretty much down the middle. He didn't deny that he does, which
Yeah,
I thought it was very candid and very honest. He was just like, of course I do. You know what I mean? Like I'm a part owner of this massive wheel that we have, and I have to keep it going. So I just didn't know if you guys thought, like, what your opinion was, like, with our type of organization and our type of team. If you know, did I wonder if Derek came? I wonder if Derek came to us, or if we went to Derek. I wonder how that one even went out. You know what I mean? Dom, okay, let me ask you: Did you go to Scott, or did Scott come to you?
I went to Scott. So my history is we had a pretty darn good team from West Virginia. We had one PA kid. Um, we were as competitive as can be. I mean, we beat all the Pittsburgh teams, and you know won some big tournaments. Went down to Myrtle Beach. We actually played SBA when we were 10. I threw one of my top arms, and it was a 1-0 game, but I didn't have enough arms to go deep, and I couldn't burn him in pool play. I could have backed it up, and we probably could have competed with him. It was 1-0 after that, and I pulled him, and we got smacked. But the Wildcatters were down there. We had the Pelicans beat while we were down there and lost 3-2 on a couple errors.
was that the same year we went?
It sounds
No,
like
you
it.
guys were 9, we were at 10U.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So long story short, last 3 tournaments I had three kids decide that after our schedule was set and everything, that they wanted to play Little League baseball instead of play travel. So I kind of got the shaft with finding pickup players for going to 3 tournaments, and it was like not just local tournaments. We were going to Indianapolis, and I had to get players.
yeah,
Met great people because of all this. So met shout out to
yeah,
Scott Shirley, a great guy. That's USA Prime great people, great baseball minds up in that Harrisburg, PA area, or Harrisonburg, PA, or Harrisburg, PA. Sorry. Um, but I met him out of it. Never knew him. Him and his son went with us to Indianapolis. Didn't know him, and they stayed in a hotel with me and Gino. So it all worked out like it's supposed to work out. But
Yeah.
I just called Scott up out of the blue. Actually, I knew Tony. Well, I didn't know Tony, but I knew who he was. I'd been in communication with him whenever we started West Virginia Elite. There was a chance that we were going to run under the Hit Dog name.
Okay.
And it just didn't pan out. So I had the contacts for my brother-in-law that's from Michigan. And
Okay.
honestly, I was pissed off. Like, it pissed me off that we had such a good thing going and these people just didn't want to commit. Ryder was on that team that you guys met. Oh,
Yep.
Jay did.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Yep. Jacob did.
God,
I love that kid. What's he doing now?
he's at a great organization too. Fennel Bros in Pittsburgh. I mean,
Okay.
those dudes up there are awesome too. Ryan Fennel's a great guy. A lot of respect for them. I'm glad Ryder's there because Ryder has uber potential. He's a freak athlete. But so we were actually playing in Kalamazoo. Me and Gino were playing up there with the Novi Heat team, some friends that we have in Michigan that Gino went up and played 8U baseball with because the rules were different between West Virginia and Michigan. So Gino started going up there just to pitch at 8U because it was all coach pitch in West Virginia.
Yeah.
The following year, Michigan was major league rules. West Virginia wasn't. So we played for several years going up and playing with those guys with Novi Heat. And we played in Kalamazoo. I drove him back 2.5 hours just to have a 20-minute tryout with Scott. Yeah. And he was pretty honest with me, man. Andrew Robinette was coming on board, he thought. And he didn't know how like the other players were going to shake out. I think maybe Peyton left that year and maybe Ulig, maybe.
Oh yeah. Brody
After that season. And it worked out that, he was able to take Robinette and Gino. I mean, obviously he didn't want to pass up on Rob. He had no idea what Gino was like. Rob's a freaking big arm. That's what we're talking about. You can't pass up on the big arm. So, Scott was straight up with me. And I was straight up with him. I told him what I wanted. And, I think it worked out pretty good for the both of us.
Okay. I was just curious. Because I'm just fascinated to know, you know what I mean? Like if this works out for us, like how much footwork, is Scott going to have to do? You know what I mean? Or is it just the tentacles of the organization are always looking and we're going to, like
I'm always looking.
Yeah, I am too, but I guess, no, I'm not. I'm not always looking.
No, you're not because you like what you guys have.
No, and it's not just that, but I guess honestly, this is just, I'm being 100% honest with you guys. I don't ever assume anyone would leave anywhere. Like, I don't ever assume that you could, no, you know what I mean, though? It doesn't ever cross my mind that I could have a conversation and feel somebody out as to how happy they are. You know what I mean? It's not on my mind.
We talked about this last night. This year we have 10. We have to add players going forward. The older you get, the roster has to get bigger. It's just the way it works.
Especially for you guys next year, you guys will be 60-90. You guys will literally be on the big diamond.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't go with 10 because you're going to need the arms. You know. So
11, 12.
I'd say 13.
Even maybe 13, yeah.
Just because of the big field.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for the big field. I'm ready. I'm ready to get to that point, even though I don't want our boys to grow up too fast. I'm ready to see
real baseball.
I'm ready to see real baseball. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to see our athletes that we have. We have some really incredible athletes. I'm ready to see our athletes stretch themselves out on the space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm ready to see our athletes tracking down what our today home runs are going to be, you know, in the gap doubles over that. Like, I want to see how all this plays out. You know what I mean? I want to see catchers and base stealing. And I that's really honestly, like, I'm ready for it as a dad. You know what I mean? I don't know how HUD feels, but I know that I'm ready to see it as a dad. So, and speaking of arms, Dom, just real quickly, last thing, and then we're gonna let you go because I know you're tired, and we don't need
Yeah.
to have a 3 hour conversation tonight. We're gonna have hundreds of these in the future. So,
Yep.
speaking of arms, you mentioned last night in the car ride home traveling that this weekend, I want you to elaborate a little bit. This weekend, you said that we saw the best pitching that we'll see throughout the year. Like
Yeah. I mean,
you were talking to
that
the
tournament,
boys.
yeah, 100%. You know, they should be very, very proud of, you know, the way they performed against, I think we saw 7 or 8 75 plus kids.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
shout
crazy.
out quick before you stop. Shout out to Gino. Dom, I don't know, Jacob, if you know this. Dom, like, Gino leads our team in every category when it comes to the bat in his hands. And let me tell you about the moon shot that this kid hit against ZT Extreme, bro. It hit off of the light tower and ding and bounced back into the park. It was one of the good ones that bounces back into the park. It doesn't bounce out. Like, it lands back into the park and the kid's like, I don't know what to do with this thing. You know what I mean? Normally they would throw it up into
Yeah.
the stands if there was people watching there at WVU. I'm telling you, Gino has been so locked in this year. And Dom, I'm going to tell you something that I was not going to tell you that I was going to tell you because I wanted to surprise you. And I fought really, really hard last night in the vehicle not to bring this up while the boys were asleep. I want you to know something, and I want you to hear it in front of all the ears and eyes that are listening right now. I am so incredibly proud of you this year as a dad. Dad to dad, I want you to understand that last year you were wound tight.
I am anyway.
You're giggling, but I'm telling you this because we love each other. And so we have the kind of relationship that I can say you this year. I don't know what's happened, but Jacob's smiling because he knows these conversations. I am so incredibly proud of what you are doing as a dad because
Well, thank you.
you have had these moments where you could have very, very easily reverted back to putting more and unneeded pressure on a 12-year-old little boy because of the pressure that you want them to be able to break free from. Okay. And you have chosen to let the game come to them. And I saw something this weekend where you were hot.
Oof.
You were hot after that game. And you could have went down a different road, and you chose to correct, but to love him. And
Yeah, it was a teaching moment.
I'm telling you
Yeah,
that
thank
I'm
you.
proud of you. I know, and I know it's hard to hear. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to sit there on the couch and hear somebody say that to you because this is hard. This is hard as a dad. We go through it, and the moms have no idea these conversations that how many times did you and I drive to the field this weekend together with those two little boys in the back, and we reminded them, what do we care about? Effort. That's it. Just give us the
Gets some
effort.
control.
That's all we can control. And these are the things that the moms never hear, they never know. And you had an opportunity to either uplift or to destroy. And you chose to uplift. And I want you to know that I'm proud of you in front of everybody. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, and
so
it just, you know, what's made it easier is just Gino. I mean, he works his ass off.
Mhm.
He you know, he takes one day off. And that's me telling him he gets Mondays off because we travel like we do. So
Yeah.
he can relax on Mondays, and then it's back to the grind, and he goes at it. So he's made it easier on me. Now I still get in his ass,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, but it's different. It's
I
different
was just gonna
because
say it's probably different from last year.
well, and it's also the amount of time that it takes Dominic to explain the ass chewing. Now it's very short, to the point, done.
yeah,
Does that make sense? Where some of the boys, they're asked you hear it. Like you hear it in the parking lot. You hear it subliminally, Jacob. You know what I mean? The ass chewings go on the entire walk from one place to the other. And it could have just been, here's what I'm disappointed about because I know nobody, how many times have we heard this on this podcast? Nobody knows your child better than you do. Yeah. So we know what they're capable of. That's what pisses us off as dads. Like we've seen them do it. We know that they're capable. We're not asking them to cross stitch in Japanese. You know what I mean? In the ninth inning of a game, we're just asking them to do what we know we've witnessed them doing. So I'm just saying that you were very direct in what you in correcting the mistake, but then it was done. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I was so impressed because it was done. It was done, and we moved on from it. And you guys did the same thing we did. We went back to the hotel and we washed it off. I don't know, like that's something that HUD and I do. We wash that game off by taking a shower, and it's over. It's done with it. We can't take it with us to the next game, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So, but speaking of the pitching, because I want to get back to this, you were mentioning that we've seen the best arms that we'll see all year long, and with velocity, you were telling the boys, y'all did it.
Yeah. I mean, the velo. Honestly, I did not expect that many guys over 75.
Yes.
Because we don't have one that's over 75 right now.
You don't think Jonah is?
No, me and Jeff were up there paying attention to it. Now those pocket radars are off a little bit. I always think they're a little bit slow. Everyone that I've messed with is. So Jonah, I think Tuck, Jonah, and Robbie are right around the same thing. I think Robbie looked better this weekend. He's starting to shove a little bit better. He's starting to feel a little bit better. All three of them threw really, really well. But I mean, you got Jameson from out in California and Hardin Sullivan.
Jameson touched 83 3 times this weekend. His dad sent me the screenshot, and his dad said that I was allowed to share it with the world. So I'm going to actually post that on the podcast as we're sitting here talking about it. Jameson White. And I was joking to him. I was like, I think Jameson grew 1 inch since he was 9. Like he was that big.
How the hell do you say his last name?
Is it Willett or is it White?
I don't know.
Let me look it up.
I don't know.
Whittle?
Actually, now that you say that, I don't know. I've always called him Jameson White because I always thought it was like.
No, it's like Willett.
Whittle.
Okay.
I don't know. Dude is big.
Well, we apologize. We apologize to
we do.
Mr. Yeah, we'll figure it out, and you can correct us. If you could send me an audio message on
voice
the
note.
He will too. Because last night he was sitting at the hotel with Roger from the Wildcatters, and they were sitting around and they were giving me shit. And he sent me that screenshot, and he's like, "Just so you know," he's like, "I see all the hate that you're getting from the Twitter world, saying that you're full of shit, saying that 12-year-olds ain't throwing 80 miles an hour." He goes, Jameson hit 83 3 times this weekend, and I go, "Is it okay if I share that?" He goes, "Absolutely." And then I told Dom, I said, "See if you can find anybody else did." And did you?
I mean, I know Hardin does. Sullivan.
Hardin does.
And they both play on the Wildcatters. I'd say, yeah, there's a couple handfuls of them that do. I mean,
yeah,
in mid-season, like there's probably going to be a few dozen of them. But there's some big boys, man.
There's some big boys.
Full-grown men, bigger than me.
Yeah.
Is it like Will Hit?
Is it Ethan? Yeah, Will
Willett? Yeah,
Willett.
I think it's Willett.
I wonder if it's. So I used to know a Roger Willett. I used to know Roger Willett in professional archery. He was one of the most successful senior pros on tour. And his last name was Willett. Roger Willett. So shout out Roger. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, I just
another shout out.
Yeah,
there's Wildcat kids.
Yep, I know where you're going,
dude. I'm telling you, the most polite young men. You know, our boys are like that too. Our boys will talk to anybody. They're yes sir, thank you, please, holding doors, and that whole group of kids is the same exact way.
I know.
I mean, great kids, raised the right way.
And listen, we had fun, and we were, we talked in satire, Jacob, early in our podcast adventure here about, buying families and buying kids. And I guess you and I never really took into consideration the ears that were ever going to hear this. We thought it was just our kids and our wives. You know what I mean? Thought that, I don't know. I guess we didn't think that the platform was going to grow the way that it has, which it has. And I don't want to put the preconceived notion out there that they're funding everything and everybody. It's just, we don't know that. So for us to
No.
say that is an accusation that is not fair, because we love those families. We love those families of the Wildcatters. We're friends with the families of SBA. We're friends with the families of all these teams, all of
Yeah.
them. And I don't want to let satire get in the way of them thinking that we actually mean that, or that Joe Bag of Donuts from Oklahoma takes us for our word and then goes and starts, thinking that that's just the way things are ran. So, shout out to the Wildcatters. They're an incredible organization. And, Rod, all of them. So I think you spent probably the most time this weekend talking to Peavy.
Oh
To
yeah,
Chris.
yeah,
Yeah,
Great dude.
that's a
Yeah.
good dude, man. That's
Yeah.
a good dude there. Mhm.
So,
yeah.
all right,
those
Tom, get
people
out of here,
are-
dude. I know you're freaking tired, dude. I know you're tired. I can see it in your
Yeah.
eyes. All right, buddy. I
Yeah,
love you.
man.
We'll talk after a while.
Love you too,
All right.
Jacob. Good seeing you, buddy.
Good.
Tell Brantley good
Yeah,
job
you
this
too.
past weekend.
I will do, man. Thank you. You guys too.
Yep, see you in a couple weeks.
Yep. Maybe we'll get together and shoot a podcast together.
Yeah,
the
the
hotel.
hotel.
At the hotel.
I'll do a shot with you if we do that.
We'll
Okay.
do we'll do
And
a
I'm
shot
not
at
even
the
drinking.
pod.
So yeah, you gotta
We'll give
love
you some
that.
sweet
What is it? The Grain River?
The Grand
What do you call
River.
it?
Grand
Grain
River.
River.
You know what, guys? While
Yeah.
we're at it here.
Hey, no.
Yeah.
No. You are not producing this show. I am producing this show. I will tell you when you're going to do the live read. You understand me? You don't just pop the live read in. We have a commercial break. Okay? Jiminy Christmas. No.
No.
All right, man. I
All
love
right,
you,
guys.
See
brother.
you, boys.
Have a good
See
night.
you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yep.
buddy.
Night.
Jesus, man. Hey, dude, could you see how tired he was?
Yeah, he looked beat, man.
He was
He looked beat.
so beat. Jacob, why don't you tell everybody about our sponsor?
Well, guys, tonight's episode of the Tribal Dance Podcast is brought to you by Bardstown Bourbon Company and Green River Whiskey, two brands that are doing whiskey the right way. If you haven't tried Bardstown yet, you're missing out. They're known for pushing boundaries, blending tradition with innovation, and putting out some of the most respected bourbons in the game right now. Whether you're a seasoned bourbon guy or just getting into it, Bardstown is one of those bottles you keep going back to. And then there's Green River Whiskey, real Kentucky roots, smooth, approachable, and built on legacy that goes way back. It's the kind of whiskey you can enjoy whether you're sitting around with your friends, watching a game, or just unwinding after a long day. So whether you're on the road, at the ballpark, or kicking back at home, make sure you got a bottle of Bardstown bourbon or Green River Whiskey nearby. Bardstown Bourbon Company and Green River Whiskey, raising the standard one pour at a time.
Buddy, you killed it. You
Yeah,
killed
I
it.
had to use the cursor on the mouse to go with it. I was thinking as I was reading, I was just watching the balls. Remember the old commercials where they would put the words and as balls would bounce? I was like, man, that's what I need right there.
Oh, that was epic. I gave you the longest read of history.
I know.
I
You did
did.
that shit on purpose.
On purpose.
So you could give the fans a good laugh.
I
Because
did.
that's all you
Dude,
kept getting
bro.
this weekend.
Bro, this weekend, the love for you was incredible. The love for you was absolutely incredible. Like I'm so eternally grateful for everybody that listens. And I genuinely mean
Yeah.
that, dude. And
Yeah.
I know you do too. I know you do too. But like genuinely, like I feel so lucky to have been able to, because if I've heard it once, I've heard it 10 times. I was thinking about doing this, or we started to do this and we ran out of ideas and we ran out of topics. It was the right time at the right moment for the right two guys to do this. And that was me and you, because we have a relationship, we have a friendship between me and you that supersedes the conversations. We are
Yeah.
totally comfortable disagreeing with each other and totally comfortable agreeing with each other. We come from
Yeah.
two totally different walks of life. We are completely different ends of the spectrum socially. You know what I mean? Just our
Yeah.
upbringings, so many things, and then for us to be melted together into the bond that we've had since we've met was pure gold when it came to this podcast, and the simple
Yeah.
fact that the conversations that we're willing to bring up, I think, yes, you were always willing to bring them up on the tailgate in the dark under a street light, under a hotel, parking light. But it took me to give you the courage to bring them out on camera and talk
Yeah,
about
I
them.
mean, even when we first started, I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I really feel comfortable talking about this."
I know
These are
you were.
conversations we've had, and you're like,
We were,
"Nope,
yeah,
let's
we were
go,
both
fuck it."
scared.
Yeah,
We were both nervous, and we had
yeah,
all for those that don't know, we had like a whole like internal rule book that we were going to try to follow so that we didn't cock block our kids from opportunities in the baseball world. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then, I think what happened was we had the right guests at the right time come
yeah,
on and encourage us that it doesn't matter. So what difference does it make if you piss somebody off, because what you guys are doing right now doesn't matter at 12U,
yeah,
which is another whole conversation, because, yes, I understand it doesn't matter to Clemson, but it matters to us.
yeah. It matters to the kids, the parents, the
Yeah,
families of those kids, like
it
our
matters to us.
team.
It matters to the millions of people that do this every year. And
Yeah,
I'm getting so incredibly irritated with the noise out there of people telling us that we're wrong and people telling us that it doesn't matter. And we've had guests on here that tell us to our face that it doesn't matter. And I'm over it. Like, I am so incredibly, dude, you could go back, what, 2 episodes or 3 episodes when we had a guest on and they told us that this was all pointless. I think we had 2 back to back that said this is pointless. None of it matters. Blah, 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 blah. And it, like, I want to scream to the end of the world, because I'm just like, but it does.
yeah.
Like, to me, you know what? It's okay that it does.
It may not matter scholarship wise, collegiate wise, but it, like I just said a little bit ago, it matters to the families, the team, the people watching. This does matter. I mean,
It
why
matters to
shouldn't
the
it
boys.
matter? That's what I
It
mean.
matters.
The team.
It matters to the boys, man. And I'm just like, I'm over it, man. Like, I'm over hearing about it. I'm over trying to be talked into that narrative.
Yep.
Like, I'm over hearing and subscribing to, like, it's like one of those things, like, where you just keep going to church and you keep hearing the same message over and over, and you start to, like, maybe this is what I'm supposed to believe. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to believe. And then you realize, wait a minute. Like, I don't agree with that shit. Like, what am I
Yeah,
doing?
you've
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
you've
church was the wrong analogy. Church was the wrong analogy I could have used. I could have used other things, but
it's just like a hamster on a wheel. It just keeps going circle and circle and circle, and then
yeah, like,
you finally look like, hold on, no, there's more to this than what
yeah. I
what
mean,
is being what is being presented to you.
everybody has an agenda for something.
Hmm.
And so it's whatever whatever narrative fits their agenda, that's what they're going to believe. Well, guess what agenda I have? My agenda is 12 years old,
Yeah,
and it matters. So it matters to
yeah.
me. So, and
Yours is
until,
12-8 or 12-9. Like,
yeah. And bro, in 20 years, I might look back at that and think, you idiot, you
yeah.
dumbass. You know what I mean?
And then
Why-
we'll probably have a podcast about it.
or guess what? Or I might look back and say, you were right, dude. Like, you should,
Yeah.
like, it's okay, parents that are listening, follow your gut. It's okay for it
Hmm.
to matter. It's okay for you to want to do this. Because, again, here's another prime example. Okay, I was having a conversation with JD from SBA before the game, and we were talking about perception, and perception of people before you get to know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And him and I were talking, and I've never had conversations with JD in my life, ever. And, well, I mean, maybe just passing by,
Just
but
in
not like,
passing, yeah.
but not like stand up there and have a conversation kind of thing, or before a game or after a game have a conversation. And JD and I spent quite a few moments this past weekend having conversations. You know what I mean? And we got to figure each other out real quick that we would be friends outside of baseball life. Like I like that guy a lot. You know what I mean? I think the way he carries himself, everything about him, I like. I think that he's an incredible example for the kids, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with my son being influenced by him. Does that sum it up?
Yeah.
That's the highest form of flattery I can give you is I would be totally 1000% if my kid was influenced by what he was teaching them, you know what I mean, in life and using baseball as a tool. Great guy. Never would have known that had I not just spent 30 seconds to get to know him. And he taking his perception of what he thought of me after things that we've said, after him taking 30 seconds out of his day to have a conversation with me and get to know me. And he was just like, it's the same way politically. You know what I mean? Like I can think somebody, because if somebody votes one way over here, you know what I mean? That I think that I put them in this box of hate. And then I find out they're not that bad. And their point of view really isn't that far off. It's just different. So, shout out, just shout out to them, man. I got to talk to Micah's dad a bunch too. I got to talk to a bunch of them, man. I got to talk to every single one of them, and it was just great. I couldn't be more stoked for, yes, it was a good game. Yes, it was a rivalry. Yes, it could have ended cleaner than it did. But we're going to nip that in the bud. We're not going to give that any gasoline, any fire, or any of that shit. But at the end of the day, it reignited a rivalry between these two organizations that the boys are actually the ones that have to go out there and fight this rivalry that's actually between the organizations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're the gladiators fighting.
I'm telling you what, it's brand versus brand, and they use the boys to fight the brand, to fight the war. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying
Didn't we just have this conversation last week?
About what?
About one brand against another brand to fight. They use the kids. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The Pottstown
Same
stuff.
thing.
Pottstown.
Yeah, same thing.
Folks, we're actually working on a conversation. Well, we're working on having a conversation with somebody from the Pot. Jacob's working on getting this thing lined up with Pottstown to have Pottstown who are we wanting? Who are we going to have a conversation with?
So, Nelly Gonzalez, FTB Nelly, he's on that Pottstown coaching staff. We are working to get him on and just ask him, how everything started and.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that. Yeah. How Pottstown? I want to know the mission state. I want to know what their plan is. Like, what is the purpose of this?
Start from the bottom to the future. Like, where do they plan on taking this and where it's going? And in their eyes, what do they see?
Yeah, I did get feedback this weekend that everybody thought that my idea about Pottstown going on tour was a great idea. So I really do want credit for that. Pottstown. I want credit for the idea of you guys going on tour to different regions in the country and having different Pottstown teams. And it'd be really cool then. Here, I just added this to it, and then you could have a Pottstown national championship between Pottstown teams.
And there you go.
You could have a Pottstown national. You could have a Pottstown World Series with all the different regional Pottstown teams. Give more kids an opportunity. I mean, I know it costs more money, but they don't have a problem raising that money. So, and if they need help raising that money, I'll help. I'll help raise that money.
Yeah, we'll do something on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get creative with you guys. So, I think Pottstown should go on tour. You should have a national tour, different regions. Take your Pottstown team and find the 12 best, whatever age group you want to do. Doesn't have to be 12-year-olds. Whatever age group you want to do, find those 12 best in that region. They could have a little tryout. They could submit applications for that tryout. And then pick them, and then they could play a YouTube tournament on a weekend. And then at the end of the year, maybe in the fall, you could have a Pottstown, national championship with the different regions all coming together.
And
and then having one Pottstown National Championship. I think you could do it. I think it would be. I think they have the resources, and I think that they have the kid. Clearly, they have the kids that would want to come play. You know what I mean? So 10,000
and the following.
And the following. They've already got it. And they've got us on board as thinking it's a good idea because it's my idea. So, anyways.
Yeah.
But I was talking to some of the SBA dads this weekend, and I said, talking about the whole bat flip bullshit, okay? And about the hate that everything was getting, and those that are hating on it have no idea that the backstory and the actual setting, and that this was a YouTube game, not an actual, sanctioned event kind of thing. And I said, people can hate all they want, but never in the history of mankind have there been more eyeballs on elite 12U baseball in this country than there are right
And
now.
I don't even think it's elite. I don't even think it's just 12U. I just think it's elite travel baseball. Because they have different age groups that Pottstown does.
I guess I'd say 12 just because that was the game.
Just
and that
because
was,
right now that 12 is under the microscope.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you're right. But I just this is nothing but great for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to see, mark my words, mark this on the timestamp right now in the podcast. You're going to see more non-endemic sponsorship dollars coming into travel baseball because of what Pottstown is doing and because of the viral effect that elite travel baseball in America is doing. Because of that, you're going to see insurance companies, you're going to see progressives, you're going to see Fords,
seeing like you said, the sponsorship dollars.
You're going to see the sponsorship dollars start to come in that are non-endemic, which means, if those of you don't know what non-endemic means, they're not relevant in our game. So it's not going to be a Rawlings or a Wilson or it's going to be a Mountain Dew, it's going to be a Coca-Cola, it's going to be something along those lines. It's going to be, like I said, an insurance company, because everybody's traveling and everybody needs insurance. It's going to be stuff like that you're going to see massive amounts of money being poured into this because of the light that is being shown right now on travel baseball, elite travel baseball in this country. And that's a great thing. I mean, it just really, really is. So, whoa, what?
What? Did you call for shot of the pod?
What up, everybody? It is time. Shot of the pod. That's right. It is time. Shot of the pod, where we have been doing a contest giveaway for best home run of the podcast. And Jacob's got his pick. I've got my pick. We're going to go through them. I do have a new taster on tap, and I'm not actually supposed to talk about this because our sponsor said it's too hard to get. So
we'll just leave it at that.
He told me to just take it home, and I'm going to keep it over here out of frame maybe. But he told me to just take it home and enjoy it with my family, but I'm not. It's right there for those of you listening and not watching. In my hands, I have got, if you go back, a month, 2 months ago? I was in Florida, right? I was in Florida, and I went to the ABC liquor store, and I was looking for a bottle of Green River or Bardstown to take back to the hotel to enjoy a pour, as they say, with the hotel. I look over to my left, and I saw this lit case, and in this lit case, I was like, I just wonder what's in there. Oh, by golly, there's a bottle of Bardstown bourbon in there, sitting there. They're like an old timer just sitting there on the shelf. And it was Bardstown Silver Oak. And so I did a little video, sent it to our sponsor, and I said, why was this never in the original package? And then I looked at the price tag, and that's when I realized that's why, because
it wasn't in the original package.
And we were only 2 episodes in at the time.
That's okay.
So Yeah. So he hand delivered a fifth of Bardstown Silver Oak, which I am going to crack open tonight with you guys on the podcast. This is what we could not do on I-75 North last night. That would have been illegal. That would have been very irresponsible as a father, with two little boys in the back seat, not paying attention to us and watching YouTube on the screens of this $150,000 Yukon that we were driving home in. So they wouldn't have had any clue anyways.
Yeah.
But we chose not to and wait for tonight. What do you have on your side?
I have. Can you see it?
Oh, you got the Farron.
The Farron. Bardstown Company Farron. Blend of straight whiskeys finished with Farron cognac caskets.
Okay, hold on. I got to do this. So I'm going to turn the microphone
Here.
up. Okay. Go ahead, pop yours. Oh. Hold on. Let me pop mine.
Oh, dude, this smells so good.
Ooh, I think this one's gonna hurt. Okay, all right. So, do you want to do your shot of the pod, or you want me to do mine?
I will do mine. We're gonna take the shot together,
Okay.
right?
Hold on a minute here. Well, no, you're gonna toast yours, and I'm gonna toast mine. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause I have my winner, and you have your winner.
So
Hold on, I gotta find my cork. Hold on, I gotta find the cork. Oh, I think it went in the chair. Nope, there it is. Okay. All right. Okay, dude, I got bourbon all over the place right now, which is not cool.
it's-
That wasn't
it's-
that was not a smooth pour, bro. That
Yeah.
wasn't a smooth pour at all. I don't know what I did there. Maybe it was I don't know what it was. But all right, go ahead. Who's yours? Who is yours?
mine. My name is my shot of the pod is Gabriel Silvas. He
Okay. Hold on a second here. I'm going to play it. So as Jacob is talking, and you know what, dude, we will. You'll do yours, I'll do mine, and then we'll salute them both at the
Yeah.
same time. Right? All right. So I have to find yours. Go ahead. You can talk about her.
him,
Him.
Gabriel.
Okay.
Um
How am
So
I
it wa-
supposed to know, jackass? Don't laugh at me. Gabriel is a very Gabriel is a very pat name. Pat can be a man. Pat can be a woman.
yeah.
Right? There was
you're right.
wasn't there a cartoon about that? Like my
I
friend
don't
Pat.
know.
Yes,
I-
bro. Anybody out there listening, you have to back me up here. There was like maybe it wasn't a cartoon, but it was a show. My friend Pat. No, yes, it was a show, and he would always look at himself in the mirror. He would always look at himself in the mirror and talk to himself in the mirror. But his name was Pat, and his characteristics, you couldn't tell if he was a boy or a girl. So, anyways, that's the same thing with Gabriel, dude. I didn't know. How am I
Okay,
supposed
sorry.
to know?
So
All right.
Gabriel Silvas, this was at Ed Reinhardt Park against Alamo Top Prospects. They're down 4-3. Runner on, 2 outs, and he hits a home run. Looks like left center field to go off.
So cool. So cool. Where's
Yeah.
this at?
At
Where's it
Reinhardt
at?
Park. At Reinhardt Park, I'm guessing Houston, because he sent me
Okay.
another one before that was at Diamonds a Daily.
Yeah, so that would be Houston. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So that is your picks
That's-
of the pod. That's your shot of the pod contest winner. So you will go in. Congratulations. You will go into the final call, the final episode where we're going to take these winners and we're going to pick from those winners to send a gift to one mom and one dad. So there'll be 2 winners that we're
But
going to pick.
I was
What?
going to say this. For the Mother's Day one, there's not a lot of moms sending anything in.
Doesn't matter. It could be a son winning and giving it to his mom.
I know, but if it's for Mother's Day, wouldn't you want the mothers to send the videos in?
Not necessarily. I mean, in a perfect world, yeah. But
Okay.
I mean, dads could be sending this in to give something for Mother's Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
you're
so,
right.
like for instance, shout out to Will Bowman. Okay, this weekend you know, he comes up to me and talks to me. He came down with Amy and Junior, and they were watching the boys play. They're friends of ours. They used to live in Michigan, and they moved down to Georgia, Atlanta for many reasons, one of them including baseball. But he was telling me, he was just like, dude, you have no idea. You have no idea the mom base that you have. He's like, Amy does not turn this shit off. He's like, she listens to you guys more than she listens to me. So shout out to Amy. But I mean, it'd be a situation where like Junior Junior could send in something to give to his mom. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be from a mom. I think it could be somebody winning something for mom. So with that being said, mine is going to be Cooper Uten of the 13U East Cobb Astros, orange, I believe, or they may not even have a color. I'm not sure. But Cooper Uten plays for 13U.
Turn the music down.
Man, no, shut up. I mean, you're telling me to turn the music down?
I could barely hear you over the music.
I don't give a shit. I could hear me.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay.
So, thank you for generously interrupting me, folks. This is Amateur Hour here at the Travel Dads Podcast. This is what we deal with. Cooper Uten plays for the 13. I think they're the number one team in the country. Are they or are they not? I didn't even look at the stats. But Cooper is a 2031 graduate. I know this family. Dennis is an incredible friend. He's been an incredible friend since Hudson was 8 years old and Cooper was 9. Cooper is a super select player, incredible athlete. He's a freak, and his future is sky's the limit for this kid. So shout out to Cooper Uten. Last night, I got to read this to you guys because the text is, oh my God, I just literally almost took my ears off there. Okay, so the context of this is top 7, down 2 in the championship game. Versus DOC National. 3-run, no doubter. Cooper Uten. So go warm up.
Go warm up.
Ain't no time. Ain't got no time. So, yes. So, congratulations to you guys. You guys will go into the drawing for the Mother's and Father's Day Shot of the Pod Grand Sweepstakes, which is going to be a sweet little. Oh, also, little update from our sponsor. This is what we call this. What do we call this segment? Bookkeeping. Is this the bookkeeping part where we give updates? Okay. Our sponsor has not sent out the thank you gifts to our guests yet because it's coming from so he told me that because it's coming from the distillery. Okay. It's not coming from him. It has to be shipped from the distillery. Okay. And also we were designing our thank you cards and so that they get a company. So those of you that have been on the podcast,
is there a picture of us?
No, it is not a picture of us, asshole. It is a picture of just the logo because that image will die. So anyways, let's do our shots and salutes to those winners this weekend. Those of you, shot of the pod.
Salute.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Oh, God almighty. Good Lord. Hey, hold on a minute.
I feel like
Is that a flame?
Spit fire. Yeah. I just did the same thing. I think I can spit hot fire.
Oh,
congrats, guys.
My face is numb.
Congratulations.
I need a Miller Lite. That's what I need.
No, I just took some water right behind it.
Dude, I'm just not that guy anymore. Like, what happened? What happened to me? I got goosebumps. Yeah. Dude, whose idea was this shit?
Whose idea? Remember, you were on the lawnmower cutting grass? And
I don't have a riding lawnmower, asshole. I walk behind mine. Okay? Fucking riding lawnmower. What do you
You
think
live
I'm
out in the middle of nowhere. You know what? I thought it. You know what? I should have put two and two together. Is it the walk behind with the blades that spin?
Well, every blade spins, dumbass.
No, you know which one I'm talking about.
Every mower
Doesn't have a
blade
motor.
spins.
It doesn't have a motor. They spin this way and cut.
You're an asshole. No,
You
it's
know,
not Little House on the Prairie. It's not Little
you
House
know
on the Prairie.
exactly why I said that.
I do. Yes, it's called a Thatcher. It's not a goddamn Thatcher. Okay, I don't have a
And
lawn
you
Thatcher.
and you stop, and the blade just.
No, no, it's a Snapper Pro 48. Okay, it's a walk
Okay.
behind. Yeah, it's a walk behind. It's a commercial. Okay, know your shit. Put some respect on its name. Okay, it's a
Okay.
Snapper Pro. All right. Anyways, I wasn't riding in the mower. I was walking, and this stuff is choking me right now. It's hanging right there. It's hanging right there. Yeah, I don't know whose idea this was to do shots on the podcast.
Yours.
Okay.
Yours.
So I know now why it's so expensive. That's it just told me in its own words, in its own vocabulary, why it was in the glass container in the shelf that it was in and locked behind glass. So okay, that was the Bardstown Silver Oak. So good luck finding it. Sponsor said he had to go to 6 different stores. Think about this. The man that runs I don't even know what department he runs. High people in high places at Lofted Spirits, because that's the parent company, Lofted Spirits. People in very high places. I'm already slurring my words again.
Yeah.
Had to go to 6 different stores, he said, in order to find
different.
6 different say it real quick, to find that
6
bottle
different stores.
Silver Oak. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have a glass of milk with it, is what I feel like I should do. But yeah, Jacob, did you tell everybody about our sponsor yet? Did you?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Oh, you
Yep.
did?
Would you like me to do it again?
Well, yeah,
Tonight's
but you need
episode of the Travel Days
no,
podcast is brought to
no.
you.
You can't repeat. You can't repeat that. You can't repeat that. You'd have to revert
Okay.
back to a previous read that you enjoyed.
I'll find
Do you
it.
have a previous read that you enjoyed?
I will
about
right
Bard-
here. Hold on.
Do you? Okay. Why don't so our Shot at a Pod is brought to you by Bardstown and Green River. Okay, and Jacob would like to tell you about them right now.
Hold on. Let me find it first. That
I thought you
wasn't
said
it.
you had it.
No, I'm clicking on. That's not it.
Okay. Well, while Jacob was looking for this,
We
What
won
else
this
did I-
weekend too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell us about your weekend. I got to get on
What do
Chad
you-
Moore's ass there too.
Hey, he wasn't there.
It
His
said
defense, his wife set the camera up. He was coaching his eights.
well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna bark at her then, because I
Yeah.
love that family. So, anyways, yeah, I was gonna get on Chad's ass about the Game Changer stream, because it looked like he was streaming from Shawshank Redemption prison cell.
Well, you know what, guys? This episode is proudly brought to you by Bardstown Bourbon and Green River Whiskey. There's something about the end of a long tournament day, the sun going down, cleats kicked off, and parents swapping stories in the hotel lounge. That's where a good pour comes in. Bardstown Bourbon delivers that deep, layered flavor that makes you slow down and enjoy the moment. Or maybe a glass of Green River Whiskey. Smooth, dependable, and built on tradition, just like the game we love. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, we played in what felt like we should have been playing hockey outside. It was cold.
Yeah, it sucks for you guys, man. We had beautiful weather, so
It rained Saturday. We were supposed to play at 2:30. Didn't play our first game till 6.
yeah.
Played our second
Yeah.
game at 8. When that second game started,
Yeah.
it was 39 degrees.
I just know that
With
when
the
we
wind
tuned in,
blowing.
it was snowing.
That was the championship. I didn't go. I stayed home. But it snowed in the championship game against Bulls Black.
That's crazy.
And,
Crazy.
you know, just shout out to the boys, man, for it being that cold and go out there and battling and winning it.
Yeah.
It was a good weekend.
You guys have a good group. Do you feel like Brantley's getting more comfortable with that group?
Yeah, yeah, he is, but
That wasn't a very convincing yeah.
no, he is because even mom said yesterday she called me and she goes, "When did he start talking shit?"
Oh.
And
Uh-oh.
it's nothing. It's just being more vocal. Brantley's never been
Okay.
vocal, a vocal leader, and here he is. He rallies the
Okay.
troops, like
Okay. I know what you
you
mean.
know, talk to the boys. Like I know I heard him on Game Changer. Sit on the or expect the fastball, react to the off speed.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's becoming more and more of a vocal leader instead of just of being there present. You know what I mean? And he is having
Yeah.
fun. He's having fun. I know he misses the national schedule.
He misses his friends that he never gets to see. That he
Yeah,
gets. Yeah. Yeah.
he misses that, and
Yeah.
I mean he's gonna have opportunities this summer to go play national. So,
With us
but
or with
I
somebody else?
no with somebody else,
Oh,
with
okay.
somebody
All right.
else. But he does miss his buddies. I mean, he misses Hud, misses Gino.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean
I
it's
know.
it's
I get it.
fun. He's getting more. They're meshing more. Hopefully they're meshing at the right time because we got Kentucky this weekend and Super Select after that.
Yeah.
So
Did
two big
you
tournaments.
did you see that they moved us up to number 3 in the country?
I did. Congratulations to you
Yeah.
guys. In the
Yeah. I
TBS,
mean,
right?
yeah, with TBS, which there's it. So the way did I see that I saw that did I see that I saw, bro? I'm out of control right now with this Bardstown. Um,
Thanks,
did I see
sponsor.
that? Did I see that they're going to update theirs like weekly? Did you see that?
Um, I am on here now, so let me.
Look and see on that if it says something there like will be updated per something. I could have swore like they're doing theirs more like the collegiate rankings of updating them weekly instead of just like quarterly. You know
Oh
what I mean?
no, it wasn't. It was TBR.
Yeah, TBR, travel ball rankings. Anyways, um,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So on our team Facebook page, it was posted, "Hey PG, put some respect on our name."
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm pretty sure TBR saw that right away and was like, "Yeah, okay." Because I mean, we went down and beat the number 14 team, and then beat the number 2 team, and
Yeah. So TBR has you guys at number 3.
okay, yeah, the
Next
Wildcat is
update:
number 1.
Wildcatters number 1, Aviators number 2, you guys 3, SBA 4, ZT 5, Golden Prospect 6, MVP Hustle Casilla 7, FP Braves Elite Red 8, Southsiders New Jersey 9, and Golden Futures 10.
Yeah, they don't even have JSMX on there, which is nuts.
No, I
But
want to see. I want to see. I like the TBR rankings, but I like the perfect game rankings.
oh, without a doubt, yeah, without a doubt, yeah. With
And
I
no, I
mean,
mean that's nothing against TBR, TBS, or
yeah,
USSSA or nothing like that.
yeah.
I mean, I saw something today. I meant to send it to you. It was a reel on Instagram, and they were talking about Perfect Game being the top elite tournament host. If you don't
Uh,
play, if you don't
PBR.
play Perfect, no, they said it. They put a clear number 1 to Perfect Game.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I mean, yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. I think
I
that
mean,
that's
because if you
was there an age like be like 12 and down or what? Because I don't think perfect
no, he
game.
didn't. It didn't say an
Okay.
age. It just said,
Okay.
Perfect Game was the elite tournament holder to elite tournaments to play for.
Yeah. I mean, I can't argue it.
So, I mean, them and I would. I mean, I would agree with you with with PBR.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue it. What was I going to say? Oh, funny story. So Sunday, Saturday we were all kind of sunburnt from the sun and the warm weather
Oh
that
yeah,
you guys.
and while we were in coats.
Yeah, well, you guys did. And then Sunday we woke up to like 52 and windy, and Dominic and I did not pack shorts, or we didn't pack pants. We just had shorts with us for the weekend, and it was a little bit chillier than what we were comfortable, standing on the sideline rooting for our kids. And so we didn't have any options. We didn't know what we were gonna do,
Did
honestly.
you go to
Because
academy?
no, we decided that the closest thing was Walmart. So, yeah, we dropped the boys off so that they could be there and go hit in the cages. And then we found a Walmart 1.3 miles away. We went over to said Walmart, and we assumed because Walmart is kind of a big deal with Reebok, we thought we'll be able to successfully, why are you laughing?
Because I think I know where the story's going.
So we know that Walmart is a very proud sponsor in merchandise holder for the brand of Reebok. So we thought we could go over there and get some nice Reebok joggers, to wear. This location did not have that. This location did not have anything besides what I would consider Tractor Supply, maybe Tractor Supply or Roll King would carry these sweatpants, and so I want you to think of I want you to think of is it Uncle Rico in
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite? I want you to think of Uncle
Yeah.
Rico outside of the van with gray sweat because of course Dominic, you know what I mean? Of course he got gray. Like there was an option for black and he chose gray because he was hoping he would go viral in gray, you know what I mean? And and I looked at him and I think I could have found construction paper that was thicker than these sweatpants.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? And so I looked at it and I was like, well, that's not going to work for my fat ass. So I'm going to go over here to the right and I got a pair of camo. I bought a pair of camo cargo pants because I thought, well, hell, if I'm going to spend $23, I'm at least going to get a double use out of them where, he's going to turn them into a rag to check his oil. You know what I mean? Them sweatpants are never coming back out again. And yeah, so we rolled up. This is the kind of things that dads do without moms around. Like we improvise, and it is what it is. But I told him we bought them and we headed back over. Well, we wanted to fill up.
You wanted to fill the truck up before
The Yukon
that
up
way
in
you didn't
case
have to stop.
Yeah. After the games, we just wanted to get on the road and go. So we're standing at the gas pump and we're like, fuck it, let's change. So he's changing on his side of the car and I'm changing on my side of the car. In Woodstock, Georgia, which is it's not the ghetto at all in any way, shape, or form. So pretty sure there's some CCTV that we're on changing in the parking lot as the Yukon's getting pumped up. And I looked through the vehicle, you know what I mean, from one door to the other as I'm putting my pants on. And I said, I'm just gonna let you know right now, Dom, like these are gonna fit exactly how you think they're gonna fit from Walmart. They're not gonna let you down at all. Okay? Like they're not gonna surprise you and they're not gonna fit like a Lululemon. Like they're not gonna surprise you and
They're
fit,
gonna fit you like a Reebok.
No, they're not gonna fit you like a Reebok. Nope, they're gonna fit you like the jersey or the Jordan or the DGs, whatever it was brand that they were, and it got us through. And yeah, and then we made it throughout the day. So, what's going on with you guys the rest of the week?
Not much, man. You know what? Before we go into that, I want to give a shout out to the young kids that are listening to the podcast.
Okay.
I've had probably 4 or 5 shoot me messages on Instagram asking if we're on Spotify or we're on YouTube.
Okay. Well, it's not them; it's their parents.
No, I think it's
They're
them.
not. How young are we talking?
Anywhere like teenage years.
Oh, okay. You just corrected yourself, and I just called you out on it. So, You're talking
It's,
younger than ours, is what you're talking about. You want
yeah.
to give them a shout out,
No,
and
no,
they're
no, no,
reaching out to
no,
you on
no, no,
Instagram.
not younger than ours. Not younger than ours. Either the same age or older.
Okay.
And they've been reaching out like, hey, where can we find your podcast? We keep seeing your clips on Instagram. We want to watch it. This and that.
All they have to do is go to our website. I mean, all
And
you have
that's
to do
what I
is
told
Google
them. Go to
travel.
the website.
Yeah.
Go to the
Yeah.
website. And the one today asked me, were we on Spotify? He said him and his dad wanted to listen.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
So
Yeah, I mean it's coming, man. Like it's the train is, and I'm not really sure. I wasn't planning on having this conversation and ending like this, but I guess there's no better time. But there's opportunities with us. There are opportunities with us. There are some creative things that we can do. We there's I really, really, really want to take this thing on the road. Like
yeah, so do I.
I'm not going to settle until I do. So we're going to find a partner that is going to want to do this with us, because I think that we're just scratching the surface from the feedback that I'm getting. Because before this weekend, I felt like a lot of our feedback was coming from Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, you know what I mean?
areas we're
surrounding,
from.
yeah, the areas that we're from, a little bit of dabs here and there. After this weekend, brother, I'm telling you that between Texas and Marietta, Georgia, and everywhere in between, I can't speak
And
for
Paxton.
California. I can't speak for, you might be able to, but I can't
Yeah.
speak for, I'm just telling you right now that we're going to be a lot more conscious of the conversations that we have, knowing that there's way more ears listening to this than what we ever thought that there were.
Anticipated.
Yeah, anticipated. I mean, I had an idea of the growth of this thing, but I didn't know how fast the train was going to go down the tracks.
And we had this
We're
conversation before. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't not to cut you off, but we had this conversation of, hey, even if it just reaches our area,
Yeah.
we're okay. We're doing fine. But
Yeah.
I mean, the feedback you're getting, the messages, the feedback you got this weekend, the messages I'm getting on Instagram,
Yeah.
I think it's expanded past the areas that we thought.
Well, I mean, literally, I had an SBA dad come up to me and say the exact thing that we said in the very first episode. And he said, "You guys are saying out loud what we're all thinking." So,
But that's why we did it.
and that's why we did it. So I have a dream and I have a goal. We have contracts with certain things, and but I have a dream and I have a goal, and I'm letting you know that I'm gonna make that happen one way or another. I'm gonna make this shit happen. So
Yeah.
we will take this thing on the road one way or another at some point, and I think that there's opportunity, and we'll just see how this whole thing plays out. But I will say that, in all honesty, the inquiries are coming in, and those conversations are being had. That I'm, brother, I don't really want to have this conversation. Like, I don't even know how to have
No.
this conversation
It's,
on
it's
air.
not.
You know what I mean?
It's not for
But-
on air. So we'll just cut
It's-
all this out. It's not for
It's
on
not-
air.
No, I'm not cutting this out at all. I know, no, because I'm not afraid to talk about it. It's one of those things where, we're doing all right, buddy. You and me, like, we're doing okay. You're doing a great job. I want you to know that, and
Thank
people
you.
are recognizing that, and we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna take this thing on the road, and we're gonna figure this out. So let's just keep plugging along, and let's just keep doing us. Okay.
Yep.
All right,
So,
man.
For
Yeah.
me, the rest of the week we have nothing but baseball,
Yeah. for us
train,
too.
and so.
I mean,
and then
we have the weekend off. Oh, I do want to let you know, we did talk about this last night, and I forgot. We are going to be at the Mother's Day 12U Jennings Park. That is not
Yeah.
changing. We are staying 12U. We are not going 13U. So
Okay.
I don't know what I got confirmation of that today. I don't know what's going on with that and why we're not allowed to move up, but it has been confirmed that we are playing 12U for the Slugfest, the Ohio Slugfest, the PBR event,
Yeah.
Mother's Day weekend in Columbus. So looking forward to that. I think Ohio Thunder is going to be in that again. I don't know if the Rockets are going to be in it. I don't know if we'll face Derek or not again. We can find out later, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna turn the laptop. I already shut it off.
no, you don't need to. You don't need to. But we're off this weekend, so we're going to train, and then we'll be in Columbus for
With-
Brooks.
With Brooks, good luck, Brooks. And then we go
Yeah.
to Elizabethtown, which I'm staying home this weekend.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah, but we'll be watching Brantley. So
Yep.
Chad
so
Moore,
am
if
I.
you're listening, Chad Moore, if you're listening, and you're going to be down in Elizabethtown, take your time with the setup of the camera, please, for the love of God.
So, what did you say last night? I want you to reiterate what you said about Chad
did
and
I
that
say?
8U team.
Okay, so I said, Chad.
I want you to reiterate because that was
Okay, first of all, Chad, you're an incredible coach, and I want to thank you for supporting us. I want to thank you for loving us. Okay, I
Yep.
want you to look. If I could zoom in the camera right now, Chad, you're an incredible guy. I love your family. Literally love your family. I've known you guys for a very long time now. You have one of the most stout 8U teams coming up through the country and through the system that anybody has seen. Like Cody Hendricks in Houston better watch out with his 8-year-olds because you're on there. You're
oh,
on
he's
their tail.
9.
I know, but he might bring up a
Oh,
new 8 next
yeah.
year. You know, I don't know how they hand those off. You know what I mean, in Houston.
Yep.
You're doing an incredible job. You're an incredible coach. You've learned a lot, and you've been able to. What makes great coaches, Chad, is that you're able to take the information that you've learned and then translate that and regurgitate that into coaching. So you've done an incredible job. You like this game changer shit's got to stop, bro. Like we got to get this figured out. Bro, you're killing me. You're absolutely killing me with game changer. The stream. Like I please, for the love of God, like there should never, ever, ever be a time on a chain link fence that you should
But
ever be able to
I
see
told you that wasn't him. That was his
that
wife.
was not him. So, but I'm saying in the future, I'm putting the pressure on you. I need you to step your game up. I need you to step your game up. You should never see the fence on a game changer stream with a chain link fence. Netting, it's a different story. It's a lot harder. Chain link, there's excuses. I need you to hashtag do better. Okay? No, but you're doing great. So, anyways. All right, man,
Well,
let's
with
get
that,
out of here.
guys, we're at 2 hours and
Yeah.
5 minutes.
What is it?
2 hours and 5 minutes.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious.
Are you serious? Dude, we did an hour and 4 minutes last night in the car. And you just tell me we just did 2 hours?
2 hours and 5 minutes.
I'm
But
sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. So with that being said, guys, have a good week. We will get well, I'll
What?
be able to shoot Sunday night.
Okay,
because
cool.
I'm not going. So we'll shoot
Okay.
Sunday night. We'll talk about the tournament in Elizabethtown and then whatever else unless we have a guest. So
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll be home. So,
Yep.
yeah, we'll be home Saturday night, Sunday night. Doesn't matter. We're coming home both nights. So, we're not
Okay.
staying up there.
Well, we'll figure it out. So we'll figure it
we'll
out.
figure it
But
out.
with
Cool.
that being said, guys, have a good week.
Yep. Have a good week. Love you.
Love you. See ya.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.